Hello, everybody. Hello to all of my people on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. I see you there. Thank you so much. Today's conversation is all about multifamily properties. And if you're looking for a mortgage for a multifamily property, you're in the right place because that's what we're going to talk about today. I am Cherie. I'm your favorite lender over at Simply Funded. Of course, so we do have a new phone number. Old one still works, but you can still also call us at 571-583-4600. So anyway, let's talk about these multifamilies because so many of you are coming to me now and you want to buy a multifamily, whether it's a duplex, triplex, fourplex, even more. I had a gentleman call a couple of days ago and they're buying an 11 unit property. So you all are doing a lot of investing out there. And I want to talk to you about how to get a mortgage for your multifamily property. So the first thing is that, um, again, like our company is able to fund anything from 2 units plus. Your real sweet spot is 2 to 8 units because you'll have a lot more options if you have less than 8 units. Um, what you're able to do is we're able to look at what the lender is going to look at is what the market rents are for those properties. And some of the lenders, based on the product, some of the lenders may, include like looking at the market rates and also looking at your leases in order to determine what your revenues, what your rental revenues are expected to be for that property. So they are going to look at the property itself. Is it in a city? Is it in a suburb? Or is it in a rural area? I always tell people city and suburb, you have more options than if your property is in a rural area, right? Okay, the second thing is the rental income itself. How much money does the property actually make? The more money the property makes, obviously, the better your terms are going to be. All right. The third thing is you as with regards to your credit score. The banks for investment properties, the banks don't care as much, with regards to if you have an Amex bill or any kind of other credit on your credit report, but they do care about your credit score and if you are a good credit risk, right? And then with regards to you as well, they want to know sometimes if you own other properties, because if you do, especially if you own other multifamily properties, let's say you want to buy a 6 unit and you already own a 4 unit, then you'll be able to get better terms as well because you have experience. So, you want to be able to think about all of those things as you are asking for a loan or you're coming to us and we're actually giving you a loan estimate for that mortgage. So, the other thing that I will say is that if you have a lot of vacancies, I have one client now who's looking to buy a property in Tennessee. It has a lot of vacancies in it. The strength of your property manager, the experience of your property manager being able to show the underwriter that you're going to be able, with the help of that property manager, to fill those units is going to be very important as well. So, that's what you need if you're looking for an investment property. These are DSCR, which is debt service coverage ratio loans, up to 8 units. Anything above that is really considered like, a true commercial loan. These loans can be closed in an LLC. You will need to personally guarantee these loans. You can use your self-directed IRA in order to pay for your down payment and then get a loan in order to fund the rest of the property. Just remember, if you're using a self-directed IRA, that all the profits need to go back into the self-directed IRA. So just be aware of that. Okay. Well, some of you may say, Cherie, Which is very true. Cherie, I don't want to spend 15% to 35% down payment for these multifamily properties. Is there anything else I can do? I'm going to say to you, yes. If you only want to put 5% down and you're willing to live in the property for at least 1 year, you can move into that multifamily property as your primary residence. That way, you can get 5% down, or even with an FHA loan, you can get 3.5% down and be able to have less of a down payment in order to get into that property. Couple of things to note with regards to if you're going to have this as a primary residence. The first is if you're buying a duplex, so 2 units, if you're buying a duplex, you need to be able to afford the entire mortgage on your own. Okay. You have to be able to afford the entire mortgage on your own if you're going to buy a duplex. If you're going to buy 3 or 4 units, um, then you're able to put 5% down. And what the bank is going to do is they're going to look at the rent for those properties. So let's say the market rent is $1,000. They're going to count 750 of those dollars towards your income that you expect from that property. So if you want to buy 5 to 8 units or more, that really does become commercial property. So you're not able to get 5 or more units and get 5% down and live in the property. It's really got to be either 2, 3, or 4 units. But that is an option for you as well. And with these properties, it doesn't matter if you're living in the city, the suburb, or a rural area. As long as the lender is willing to loan in that rural area, you can still put 5% down in order to get into those properties. So I know plenty of people who will live in a property, they'll live there for 1, 2, 3 years, and then they'll purchase their next property, rent out that previous property, get their next property for another 5% down, live in that second property for a couple of years, then move to the third property, fourth property, etc. As long as you live in these properties for at least 1 year, right? You can do that with regards to having 5% down for each property and being able to build your real estate portfolio that way. So that is it for me. Thank you so much for being here. Again, 571 is our number if you want to call Simply Funded. Get more information with regards to mortgages for multifamily properties, single family properties. If you want to live in the property, if it's an investment property, we have mortgages for all sorts of people. And consider us a matchmaker. We match you and the property with the right loan product. So thanks so much. Happy Saturday, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.